How are you getting on with this high cost of living? Do you have any plan to deal with this high cost of living at the moment? If not, you're in big trouble because, as they say, if you don't have a plan, you become someone else's plan. According to the Bank of England, we are about to enter a recession. The Bank of England expects inflation to peak 13.3% this year, around October 2022. The thing is this, the Bank of England keeps increasing the interest rate. For example, recently they increased the interest rates from 0.5% to 1.75%. Now, do you think that increasing interest rates is a good strategy to control inflation? Well, I think that yes, maybe in the short term, raising interest rate will avoid an economic recession. However, in the long term, I don't think that is going to avoid a financial crisis. So what about unemployment? Unfortunately, unemployment is expected to rise by 2/3 from its present 3.8% level, which is not good because, as we know, already a lot of people who live in UK, more precisely in Newham, are experiencing poverty. We developed these three mindsets or three tools to prepare for this turbulent time. The tool number one is what I call developing a financial wealth plan. The tool number two is to become physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and socially wealthy. And the third tool is to develop the happiness habit. So let's talk about the first tool, which is about developing a financial wealth plan. We all know that we cannot rely on the government or other people to take care of us in turbulent times. We need to prepare for the future, because if we don't prepare for the bad weather, we'll get wet, or if you like, in trouble. In this case, if we don't prepare for the future, for a possible economic recession, we may lose our main source of income and struggle mentally and emotionally. So how can we do to protect ourselves from what's coming? Financially, I would recommend you to look for better opportunities right now. For example, look for a high-paid jobs. Can you increase your income? For example, can you double or triple your income right now? Start right now looking for these opportunities. Don't wait for the future. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow may be too late. Look what happened during the pandemic. How many thousands of people who lost their jobs and end up homeless and struggling financially. So you don't want this to happen to you and your loved ones. You need a financial plan right now. You need, for example, source of income. It's very important to do that because at least if you lose your job, you have a backup plan. You have something else to put food on your table. What about unnecessary expenses? Can you spend less on water, on electricity, spend less on items that you don't need? Because we all know that energy and water are getting very expensive. So how can you reduce or save on these things? Think about that and make sure you implement it right now. Don't try to save money in the bank. As inflation and interest rate is going up, you are literally losing money when you save money in the bank. So instead of saving, can you invest the money in assets that protect your income? Can you invest the money in assets that are against inflation? That's a great question. And one of the assets that's protect against inflation is actually property investment. You don't need to have a lot of money to invest in property. The first thing you need is education. and an open mind. As Warren Buffett, one of my mentors and billionaires, once said, investing in yourself is the best investment you can make, okay? Now, this second tool to take control of your financial life and to avoid getting in trouble in the future in case of a recession is to become physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and socially wealthy. We all know that health is wealth, and that being rich doesn't mean only to be rich in terms of money, but also in terms of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social. So even if you are financially rich, but if you are physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and socially poor, you won't live a meaningful and extraordinary life. So we need to be looking after your health, after your emotional health, at your spiritual health, interact with other people, create new friends. Because if you just care about money, you won't be truly, truly fulfilled. And the third tool is called the happiness habit. But what is the happiness habit? Well, according to scientific evidence, happiness improves your health. People who actively take care of their physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, and social life live longer and happier. I have a question for you. What's one thing you can do right now to improve your happiness, even in these turbulent times? Leave an answer in the comment below. I would say that one thing that you can do right now is to look for ways to progress, is to keep changing and improving yourself. Because as my mentor, Tony Robbins, once said, progress equals happiness. The more you are growing and learning new skills, the happier you are and better prepared you are for the future. But maybe better than developing the habit of happiness is to develop the habit of joy, fulfillment, and gratitude. These are my 3 ways, or if you like, 3 tools to help you create a better financial life and also to help you protect in the future in case of a financial crisis. The first tool, as you may remember, it is to develop a financial wealth plan. The second tool is to become physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and socially wealthy, is to look after your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, and also your social health, because as you know, health is wealth. If you have a lot of money, but you cannot enjoy it because you are not healthy, that means you won't enjoy your money. And the third tool is to develop the habit of happiness. And you know that progress equals happiness. If you're not progressing, if you not take action towards the things you want to do, your passion, your vision, which means you won't feel happy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, subscribe to Success Booster Academy in the button below. Make sure you share this video with people who are worried about the financial crisis, and see you in the next video.